Hello everyone, Lola here, and today I am doing an unboxing of this Kipper deck right here, as well as the book. Well, a flip through of both the cards and the book. I just received them both, and they were released last month, March 20th, so they're brand new, and they are by Alexandre Musruck. If you'd like more content like this one and from this channel, then please consider subbing and hit that notification bell to be sure not to miss anything. Alright, let's dive in. As I said, I just received both the deck and the book, and they are by Alexandre Musruck. Not sure if you can quite see it, but yes, that's the name of the author. This is a different deck, a different system. Actually, this is the Kipper system. I have been wanting to learn the system, and actually this is my second Kipper deck. The first one was this one, the Fin de Siècle Kipper by Tiro Marchetti, which I got last year actually, and I did unbox it when I received it, but I never worked with it. Yes, I have never worked with it yet, so you can see it is still in the order that it came in. And also aside, there's still the borders are still very shiny. So yes, I have not used this deck yet, actually the Kipper in general, and the reason is because I've always wanted to have a book to learn. Yes, this deck here came with a companion book, but usually these are not enough to learn the system, at least in my own opinion. So I let it aside until I will be ready to start working with the Kipper cards. So when I saw Alexandre Musruck presenting the book and the deck, I knew this was the opportunity to get both of them. I did not really need to get the cards, but I did because he did a flip through of some of them, and they were really beautiful, and I love art. On the book you see some of the cards, what they look like. So I'm going to go ahead and first start with the deck. So the box itself is really pretty. It is cute. It's the right size, and it's actually smaller than this Kipper Fin de Siècle, but of course they're from different authors. So far, yes, the box is really appealing when I bring it forward. It's a cute box. It's a cute box, and the Kipper is also, let's see if we can see it, probably not, but Kipper here, it's a little elevated, so there's some type of 3D going on with this writing of Kipper. You can definitely feel it as you rub this spot, but the box is really beautiful. It is definitely beautiful. So it gives here in the back a little bit of the story of the Kipper system, which is a German system, and let's go ahead and just open. So as we open it, inside it is written Decoding Powerful Message, and it's signed Alexandre Musruck. And of course I am reading his name in French. Okay, the cards, they are really, I like the size. They are really cute. This deck is really cute. It has the golden borders, and the size are this is a really good size, and one deck that you can definitely take along with you and work with wherever you are. So if I compare with the Fin de Siècle, for instance, yes, this is a comparison. That's how small, well, this deck is smaller. So yes, as far as the size is concerned, it's really, I'm satisfied with this size. Actually, they're not too big or too small, and not that I have a problem with working with bigger cards. Actually, my very first deck, which was an oracle deck, those cards, the cards in that deck are humongous. But anyways, let's see. I'm going to flip through each card, and the keeper is similar to Lenormand, so they read, if I'm not mistaken, they read about the same or similar, but the pictures on the cards are very different. So we have the main mail, and before I go around, this is what the back looks like, and it is really gorgeous. It is amazing, yes. So in the back we have these extra, okay, yes, the cards, they stick together a little bit, but that is because they are still new. So we have these extra cards in the back. This one, the Art of Kipper Reading, which is to promote the book, because they don't come together, they come separately, but I went ahead and got them together. So, and in the back you have the promotion of the Art Lenormand reading, because Alexandre Musruck also does Lenormand, and as well as other oracle cards. So if you want to check him out, he's on YouTube as well and other platform. And by the way, I am not affiliated with him by anyways. It's just someone that I happen to follow, and I love his work and his style. So I put his information in my description below if you want, or if you are interested in checking him out. And here the other card is, this is Alexandre, and there's a little story about himself right there. So these are the cards that were in the back of the whole deck. So now I'm going to do a quick flip through of the cards. I mentioned that the keeper is similar, or at least has some similarities to Lenormand. So both systems have 36 cards. So in my hand right here, unless there are extra cards, like some decks, this should be 36 minus the extra cards. Some deck in some system have extra cards that the author feels like adding. So we have the main mail, and I really love the art as well, which is another reason why I got the cards. I like how, the shape of the cards, how the borders, the corners are round. I really like that. And the cards, to me, they're thin, but not to a point where it will irritate you, so yes, they're just perfect. And the art from, yes, the old time in Europe, I really like this. So we have the man male, the man female, gorgeous, the marriage card. And as I said, the cards, they are stuck together. So, and that is just because they're new. Not that anything is wrong with them. It's because mainly they are new. So they are stuck to each other. Marriage card, a meeting, the good Lord, the good lady, a pleasant letter, false person, a change. Let me hold it this way so you see the full card. A change, a journey, lots of money, a rich girl, a rich man, sad news, success in love, his thought, a gift, small child, a funeral, the house, the living room, a military, the court, the thievery, high honors, big luck, unexpected money, expectation, the prison, legal matters, short illness, grief and sorrow, murky thoughts, occupation, a long road, and hope, big water. So these were all the 36 cards. And as you saw, the design, the art is really beautiful, and it is based on older times in Europe. I would say mainly France. Yeah, so they're really beautiful, and I am actually excited to start working with them. So I'm going to put them back in the box. I'm very satisfied I got the deck. It's a gorgeous deck. I don't have much to say about those about the cards. Well, mainly because I'm not a professional reviewer, and I'm just telling you, I'm just reviewing as I feel the card and what I enjoy and not. But in my opinion, this is a really beautiful deck. I love the colors and the feels as well, the way they feel, you know, and the size. I love the size, and also for when it comes to the Grand Tableau, because as the Norman in with Kipper, we do work with the Grand Tableau, which is a layout of all 36 cards. The size is definitely good enough for, or I will actually say perfect for, a Grand Tableau. So I'm satisfied with this deck, and also satisfied because I did get the book that will make it easier for me to pick up this system and start working with them. Also, the fact that I have 2 decks is another reason with 2 decks. Another good thing with 2 decks is, well, for Kipper, I don't know if they work with if the Grand Tableau use the house system, but in Lenormand, yes. And working with 2 cards is helpful because you can have 1 deck to use as the house, and the cards that you are using for the reading come on top. So you have the cards that you're reading and the house below. And of course, you don't need 2 decks to work that way, to work with the houses, because you can make the houses yourself by writing or designing them, drawing them on paper and putting them below. But yes, if you do have more than 1, that's how they become handy in the Grand Tableau. So the book itself is not too bad. It's about, in total from front to bottom, is 288 pages, and I like. And yes, you have a few pages that, yes, you have the cards listed on 1 page, and they are also, and then you have what the cards, what they represent, which is really good, other than having just what is written on the cards. Of course, you know, for instance, the good Lord, that will be your father or father-in-law, grandfather, an uncle, or an ex-husband. The small child could be your child, your baby, or small child in the family. So he does that for all the cards, and he also sorted them out in group. I see groups of cards right here. Oh, okay, this, for instance, the journey, pleasant letter, gift, house, living room, court, prison, long road, hope, big water, are cards that are attached to object and places. So this is actually really good because, at least in my opinion, you have before you start, it tells you, okay, you need a deck. He gives you some direction and talks about your intention before you start working with the cards, which is of course very good to have. It is a necessary thing to have your intention as you work with the cards. And journaling, it tells you, yeah, journaling is really good. And actually, this is also something that I recommend everybody who has come to me and asked me a question about, or are learning on their journey. I do have people who come to me and they are learning, and when they ask me questions and all, journaling is one thing that I always recommend them to have, because you want to take notes of, you want to document what you are doing, your readings, because that's how, for instance, you check your accuracy. You see where you have come from and where you are at a certain point of time. So you see, documenting your work gives you a good appreciation of your relationship with the cards and how accurate you become with time, how you evolve with time, if you are, whether you're making progress or not. So yes, journaling is a good thing, and as well as practicing. So this is what he tells you in the book, Alexandre Musruck. He tells you, it's listed in the book as well. And now you have and then after that we have each card shows you, you have, I'm gonna bring this up, the number of the card, you have the image of the character, the scene or the event, and the name of the card. So when we proceed, he gives you the signifiers or main characters. So each card is actually in the book. I'm not going to go through the whole book, but each card is the cards, they are explained. He explained how he read. He does read directions, because I see harmonious relationship when the man male and man female are looking at each other, and versus when they, by their position, they look opposite direction. So this is what tells me he does use direction and talks about it in the book. So this is really good. It is great. So we have the, let's say, the main mail, which is card number 1. You have the explanation about what the card is, the mantra, a mantra for that card: I am the master of my life. The influence, whether it's positive, negative, or neutral. In this case, for the main mail, is neutral. And the direction, quick answer for yes or no, or maybe question, it would be a maybe. And so you have all that information in there, and the position of that same card in comparison with other cards in the deck. For instance, in for the future, it tells you if you have when the following appear on the left of the main mail. So this is an explanation of what other cards mean when they are on the left side of the main mail. Give you for each of those cards. And then in the past, that will be when they appear on the right of the main mail. And again, he gives you that for each card. He gives each position for each card depending on how they appear. And this is actually it's really cool. And he does that. That was for the main male. This is for the main female. And he does that for each card. So this is really great. Like, if you are learning this system, the Kipper system, you have actually this book to follow along, to guide you through. And I'm really excited to start working with this. Okay, this is something that I am actually seeing, which I did not know the Kipper did, because in Lenormand, for instance, we do not read reverse. Lenormand, you always read right. So I assume the Kipper will be the same. And in his card, unless it is something personal, Alexandre Musruck has reversal meanings. Okay, my bad. So he said, from my perspective of reading the Kipper cards, I never read reverse cards. Even if they happen to appear as such, I would just flip them upright and carry on with the reading. Okay, this is what we do in Lenormand as well. We do not read reverse. So possibly this is for some people who want to read reverse, but he does say they don't. Yeah, the Kipper does not read reverse either. I personally don't read reverse myself. So now you have some, and also in the book you have some spread. You have a 3-card spread, you have 4-card spread, and you have a 5-card spread, which is a cross. and he gives you an example, and an example with his interpretation, how he will interpret these, the 9 card, the box spread, which is, by the way, in Lenormand, the box spread is my go-to spread usually. And now we have the Grand Tableau. So this is actually the 9x4, because I know there are 2 ways to do the Grand Tableau. Either the 9x4, which is just 9 cards in a row, and 9 columns of cards and 4 rows, or you have the 8x4. But I guess for Kipper, either you keep it at 9x4 or he just prefer 9x4. I will see when I get to this page. But the Grand Tableau is just to give you, that's where you lay out all the 36 cards to have a bigger picture of the situation that you are looking into. So this just goes with the Grand Tableau explanation, how you read it, and the knighting, all the styles, knighting methods, mirroring methods. So in that, it's really very similar to Lenormand. And here you have an example of the Grand Tableau. So it's really cool. And I like how in page 245 you have the correspondences between Kipper and Lenormand. So you have all the cards listed, or they both have 36 cards, so it tells you what will be the correspondence between Lenormand and Kipper. For instance, let's say the dog in Lenormand will equate to a rich man in the Kipper system. The moon in the Lenormand will equate to high honor. So this is definitely good to know, especially if you start, let's say, with Lenormand and you don't know how to go about Kipper, like me in my case, for instance, you know. So it's really great. And he gives you also a few steps to memorizing and the mistakes to avoid, clearing and blessing the Kipper cards. So before and after you start working with them. So it's really cool. And he even included a journal at the end of the book where you can actually document your drawing. He put it for 3 cards reading, the daily Kipper card draw, with 3 cards where you can write the date you did the draw, the question that you did the draw for, the guidance, which is your interpretation, and the notes. So it's really cool. I would say Alexandre really thought of most things to include in the book. I am so excited to start working with this actually, because Kipper is, I mean, I'm when it comes to learning, I'm ready for learning. I'm always learning new things. So on the channel, I've already been doing Tarot and Lenormand, and I do have other oracle decks which I work with, and I do pair Lenormand, which is an oracle, with other oracle decks, but this you haven't seen on the channel just yet, but on my Instagram they are. But yes, the Kipper, I'm excited to bring the Kipper to the channel very soon. How soon is going to depend on how long it takes me to get familiar enough with the Kipper system for myself to make readings. But yes, I'm excited. I'm glad I got both the book and the cards. They are both gorgeous. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please put them in the comments below. I will try and answer them to the best of my abilities. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and share with your friends and family. And if you like what you see here and would like more videos like this and from this channel, then please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell to be sure not to miss anything. Thank you so much for your attention, and see you soon.